In today's video, we're going to be showing off more of WWE 2K24's new features, as well as going over some features in more detail, as the devs have sent along some additional info that sheds more light on them. Plus, we also have news of more returning features, fixes, another tease for Bray Wyatt, and the first look at Liv Morgan. Before we get into that though, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest announcements, then please do hit that subscribe button, as I'll have new WWE 2K24 videos going up on a daily basis. So let's start out with some new details and examples surrounding Paybacks, as this year sees 6 new Paybacks added, of which 3 were available when I played the game last weekend. The first of the new Paybacks was Iron Jaw, which is the ability to break out of a stun state when your stun meter is filled, which allows you to catch your opponent off guard and create an opening. To show off an example of this in action, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin, who comes with the Iron Jaw Payback assigned by default. In this clip, as Owens continues to strike and stomp Austin, you'll see his stun meter fill out, which leaves him in a stun state where he's unable to reverse until the meter empties. However, should you use the Iron Jaw Payback, then this will empty the meter and return you to a regular state, where you'll then be able to reverse moves and launch a counter. This one's particularly good if your opponent has a finisher and they try to get you stunned so that you can't reverse it, as you can use the Payback to get out of the stunned motion. The next of the new Paybacks is Rage, which is an ability that when activated will fill out the remainder of your finisher meter to gain an extra finisher. For example, in this clip we have Kevin Owens taking on Stone Cold, with Owens' yellow finisher bar almost empty. However, using the Rage Payback will fill the current section and give you a stored finisher. The only downside to this payback is that using it will deplete your momentum meter, therefore it's best to use this when the meter is low, otherwise you'll lose the chance to use a signature. The third of the new Paybacks, and probably the best of the bunch, is the Freeze Payback, which is a special taunt-like motion that stops your opponent from attacking, which in turn gives you a window to launch a sneak attack. Depending on the superstar that you're using, you'll see multiple animations take place, as cowardly or healed superstars will drop to their knees and begin pleading with their opponent before launching an attack, while big and powerful superstars will use an alternate motion which intimidates their opponents and freezes them in place. In total, the developers have confirmed that there are 6 new Paybacks in 2K24, and while 2 of them remain a mystery, the 4th one is said to be a new Fireball Payback, which allows players to shoot a fireball at their opponent. While this payback wasn't featured in the preview build, from the sound of it, it sounds a lot like the fireball that was used by Alexa Bliss to blind Randy Orton, so there's a good chance that we could see this included as a default payback for Alexa, or more specifically, Dark Alexa. Speaking of the dark version of Alexa Bliss, that persona has seen her under the control of The Fiend, who's a star that we've yet to see announced for the game, though there was a big clue that hints at The Fiend being included, which was hidden within the recent gameplay. This clue can be seen in matches that take place in the SmackDown arena, as should you take a look at the crowd on the left side of the ring, then you can see that the developers have added a new crowd shirt containing an image of The Fiend. The addition of this shirt highly suggests that The Fiend, or at least some form of Bray Wyatt, will be a part of the game, as this shirt wasn't present in 2K23. The tease of the Fiend shirt is the second teaser for Bray Wyatt, as prior to the cover reveal, the WWE Games account released this image of an NWO shirt with the accompanying tweet tagging John Cena, which appeared to be a reference to the Firefly Funhouse match from WrestleMania 36, in which John Cena appeared in an NWO shirt for his match with Bray Wyatt. Given that tease, and the fact that we now know the 2K Showcase features 40 years of WrestleMania, then there's a very good chance that we'll see the Firefly Funhouse match featured, which, if it is, then this could see The Fiend and several other iterations of Wyatt included as unlockables. Up next, let's talk returning features, as we've already seen multiple features like climbable announce tables return. However, another returning feature that we can add to the list is fading face paint, which was a feature last seen in WWE 2K19. While this feature has yet to be announced officially, you can see it in action during this footage that I recorded of a 10-man Royal Rumble, as at the beginning of the match we see Warrior's face paint intact during his entrance, with the face paint then beginning to wear off as the match went on. As Warrior went on to win this Rumble, we get a great look at the damage to his face paint during his victory, though one side of the face is covered in blood, which is something else that's undergone an update. While we don't have any official details on the feature so far, should it work the same way as it did previously, then it's likely that there'll be several stages to this, with minor paint coming off when taking strikes or moves that target the head, and then more paint coming off as the match goes on. Jumping back to the mention of blood, that's another feature that's received an update, as the blood in 2K24 has been further refined to feature multiple stages, with the blood itself looking more realistic than it did previously. The biggest change to the blood though comes when dealing major damage to a bleeding opponent, as the blood will now drip onto the mat, both in-ring and at ringside. Speaking on the changes to WCCFtech.com, associate gameplay producer Brian Williams stated the following: "We improved some of the decals of the bleeding on the face, and I'm not sure if you saw it today, but the blood will actually drip on the mat. This is something that we had in older generations of the franchise, and is another one of those little things that fans have wanted back for several years now. So yeah, the blood will stain the mat, it will stain the floor at ringside, and it will smear a little bit." When Brian says the blood will stain the mat, he's not wrong, as during the gameplay that I captured, not only did the blood stay throughout the match, but it could also be seen during the victory scenes, so if you go all out and you leave puddles of red all over, then they'll stay visible after the match ends. One of the new features that I covered in my preview of the game was the addition of the Trading Blows minigame that sees two stars duking it out blow for blow, with the aim of the minigame being to stop the bar in the target area. Shedding a little more light on this feature, lead gameplay designer Derek Donahue revealed that players won't always see the same animation, as while holding the light strike button to initiate the move, you can also hold up, down, left or right on the left stick, which will allow you to choose one of 4 different strike motions. Depending on the direction that you hold, you'll see the minigame use punches, knife edge chops, overhand chops or slaps. To show off the difference in the animations, here's some footage of Charlotte taking on Bayley, with Charlotte using knife edge chops and Bayley using punches.
Letting up. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. This is a war of attrition, with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders.
Two fighters putting their haymakers on autopilot right now.
Oh, and she turns it around. Forearm to the face. Nothing fancy about that.
Alongside the variations and type of strikes, Derek also revealed that each option comes with a fresh and a fatigued version, so the animation that you see at the beginning of a match when players are fresh will differ to what you see in the later stages. Along with sharing details of the new features, Derek also went on to confirm a fix for one of 2K23's most annoying problems, as Derek confirmed that rebound moves when using Irish whips have now been fixed. Previously, in 2K23, the timing on rebound attacks was very hit and miss, and it led to a lot of instances where players would bump into each other. To fix this, in 2K24, you can queue up the rebound attack by pressing the grapple button early, or if you're late in pressing it, this will trigger an automatic pass-by, which is the same as pressing LB or L1, so you'll evade the move and get another chance when the player rebounds off the ropes. Next up, we have the first look at Liv Morgan, as the WWE Games social accounts have shared this new screenshot of Liv, which appears to confirm she'll see a brand new model in 2K24. Based on the screenshot, Liv's gear is taken from last year's WrestleMania, where she teamed up with Raquel Rodriguez, which could mean that we see Raquel in a matching outfit, as during their run together they would wear matching gear. So there's the first look at Liv, along with a bunch of extra details on this year's updates, and another teaser for The Fiend. Let me know what you make of it in the comments, and stay tuned to the channel for more gameplay dropping later today. Until then though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.